Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Delphine and today we are going to talk about Chanel and in particular what's my opinion, it's just my personal opinion on whether I would buy or not Chanel products. There's been a lot of talks about Chanel and there are a lot of aspects to take into account. At the beginning I wanted to write like a little script, at least some bullet points, and then I realized, I just want to sit here and have a chat with you. So please also feel free to tell me in the comments what your opinion is, to react. I always enjoy discussing with you, talking with you, hearing your opinions, and it's always very interesting. So feel free. We're here to have a conversation about Chanel and what's been going on with the brand. So for me, Chanel is somehow quite emotional. I have a strong connection. It's kind of a legacy brand, right? And for example, my first memories as a little girl, having nail polish being put by my mom on my nails, or as a teenager doing my first makeup before I went out with her. It was always Chanel products because my mom used a lot of Chanel makeup and so on. So I have this kind of emotional link, and also the whole aesthetic of Chanel is quite close to my style and what I like. Most of the time, of course, they have a lot of different options, especially when it comes to clothes, but overall it's kind of my aesthetic. And this is also something that's important not to forget, because we've been talking a lot about bags. There's been a lot of talks regarding the price increases and everything in respect to the bags, and in particular this timeless classic flap and so on. And one should not forget that Chanel does not just do bags, right? They also have clothes, shoes, they have glasses, they have makeup, perfumes, a lot of things. They even do sport articles. I mean, I saw people skiing with Chanel skis, so they work. So yeah, they have a whole universe. And the thing is, for me personally, at the moment, I'm not really buying much from Chanel anymore. I have still a lot of makeup from them that I enjoy and I keep using because I'm not going to throw it away, but I'm not necessarily buying more makeup. That's for the makeup part. It's complicated because I also don't buy shoes, I also don't buy anything else. I really just don't buy, not even, what I mean is not even the cheap things like the makeup. I just don't buy anymore because what happened the last few years has been putting me off a bit from the brand. I mean, we know, right, the huge price increases with a quality that has not been following, which has rather been declining. There's a lot of reports of bags where the stitches are not straight, there are issues with the colors, there are issues here and there. I read an article that Chanel bags are the ones coming the most of all brands for repair at, I think it's Saks Fifth Avenue, which was publishing this. On top of that, even beyond just these kind of issues, Chanel bags, the hardware used to be gold plated, now it's just gold metal, not real gold anymore. So there's a decrease in the quality of the materials, in the quality of the work, and an increase on the prices at the same time. And that, for me, somehow does not sit right. So yeah, I used to have the Chanel classic flap on my wish list. I have a collection where I pursued basically from most of the big houses their classic handbags. So of course the Chanel one was on my wish list. It was not on the top because it was not my favorite of the bags, but I was definitely considering buying one. And then yeah, they started with their price increases. I thought, well, I'm not so sure anymore if it's gonna be worth it for me. And they kept on, obviously, and now they even have rich prices which are equivalent to a Birkin from Hermes. And I have no problem forking that kind of money. I mean, I own a Birkin, but when the quality is there, I mean, it has to make sense somehow, huh? Up to the point where one can say, that's a whole other debate. Does it make sense at all to put this kind of money in a bag, whether Chanel or another brand? This is a whole different topic, and we'll probably do a video about this too. But here, let's just consider, okay, you have no problem, you're okay with putting this kind of amounts of money in a bag. Then I'm sorry, I will go for a Birkin. I will go again for a Birkin before I go for a Chanel bag. I will go for a Lady Dior before I go for a Chanel bag, and I will go for so many other options. For the price of a Chanel bag now, you can have two very nice handbags from Celine, almost three, I think. Or you can have two handbags from Celine and one from Yves Saint Laurent for the price of one Chanel bag. I don't know, you know. If the quality will be amazing and so on, okay, maybe I will consider it, but it's not the case. On top of that, they don't also hold their value so well on the second-hand market. Of course, at the moment, it's still worth it because with the crazy price increases they've been doing, you will buy your bag for 5,000-6,000, and 1 year later it's worth 9,000. So you can definitely sell it for almost what you paid for. But there will be a limit, you know. There is a point where, okay, they will keep doing price increases, of course, but they will not be as massive as they are now. And then it's not going to make much sense anymore, because in comparison to the Birkin, the Birkin, you buy it and you can sell it for more. So it's, from an investment point of view, it makes sense. This being said, if you love the design of a Chanel, I mean, if it's like, wow, it's the bag for you, then of course go for it. I mean, if you don't like the Birkin and you like the Chanel design, then that's also very important to take into consideration, of course, your own taste, right? Now, if you like both designs, then I will go for Birkin. And this is what I did, and this is what I will keep doing. I'm not saying things are not going to change, because this is just based on the current situation. No one knows what the future holds. So maybe in 2 years, I will be here unpacking a Chanel bag because maybe, I don't know, they stop doing their crazy price increases, but increase the quality. And then it became, for me at least, worth it to invest in these bags. But as I said, at the moment, when I look at the quality of the bag, when I look at its retail value, when I look at the price and what I could get for that price, it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. Even within the luxury world, right? Even without going into the discussion, does it make sense to pay for these luxury premium prices compared to also very good quality bags from not so premium brands? Even without that, even comparing luxury with luxury, for me, Chanel just does not make sense. I understand why they are doing it. It's very clever from them, because at least from what I saw, what I heard, the last numbers, they keep on selling the bags. So of course, why not? I mean, it's just business, right? Ultimately. So it completely makes sense. If they can keep selling their bags, then keep raising the prices, get more money. It's sad for us, but probably good for their business. I don't know if Chanel is as actions, if it's in the how do you call it, the bourse, I forgot the English name. It's an index, you know. I don't know if they have actions, but if they do, then good for the shareholders. Good if you own actions from them. Okay, but that was for the bags. Interestingly, the jewelry, I had a look I think 2-3 years ago, at a fully diamond camellia ring, the camellia being the emblematic flower of Chanel. It was before they kept on with the price increase and a few other subject things also I will tell you after, that really just, no. But so I had a look at this ring, and this ring was around between 5,000 and 6,000 euros, and at the time already it was the same price than their classic flap. And to be honest, between a full white gold and diamond ring and a bag, which is not even that good in quality, and the hardware is not even gold, I go for the ring. Because on the long term, it just has much more value. I mean, the intrinsic, the inner value of even just a diamond and the gold is just much higher than a leather bag. So that's also something to consider. And I think if nowadays I will go for something from Chanel, it will probably be jewelry. because they have nice designs, they have very classic designs, and again, the prices when you compare to the handbags or even their clothes are really not that high. So I would probably go for that. As I said, and I will come to it for a few reasons. I'm anyway not buying from Chanel at the moment, but that's something I would go for. The clothes for me, this is another topic. I don't necessarily go for this kind of brand for the clothes. It's for me not necessarily worth it from the use I have of the clothes and the position I am in life and everything. It's not worth it for me to put this kind of money in the clothes. Shoes. Another thing I would probably consider from them, they have very nice classic timeless designs of boots and so on, and from a price point here they are, I would say, normal luxury price point, not particularly crazy compared to the other brands. I mean, of course it's still a lot of money, but if you compare to other luxury brands, whether they specialize in shoes like Jimmy Choo or Louboutin, or whether they're just luxury designer brands like Dior or others, the prices are in the normal range. So if it's something I could consider. I'm not a huge fan of their ballerinas. I know you see them everywhere, but I have another ballerina brand which is close to my heart. I made a video about them, so I will always go for this brand over any other, and it's cheaper on top of that. So yeah. But beyond that, they have really, really nice designs, and that's how I actually started loving Chanel at the beginning. When I started being interested in fashion, I was very much into shoes. Shoes was the thing for me. I don't speak so much about shoes on this channel, but I own a lot of shoes, and I really like shoes. Ultimately, I don't own any of them. I almost bought one pair once, and then I think they did not have my size or something was not fitted. And since that, I don't know, somehow they did not have designs that I liked, or for the use I wanted to do, the price was too high. For example, if I look for a pair of boots to walk in the when it's raining outside, I'm not necessarily gonna go for a super high-end brand and pay 700, 800, 900 euro or even 1,000 for something I know is gonna get ruined because I'm gonna walk in the rain with them. So this is also, of course, something you have to take into consideration. How are you gonna use the products? And so that's why I did not, but they have really nice design, and so this is also something I will potentially buy from them. Jewelry and shoes are things I will be considering. And so makeup, as I said, I have some. I've stopped buying because, again, I stopped buying Chanel a bit in general. But beyond that, their makeup is fine, is okay, but it's not particularly better than other brands. So there is no specifically a reason for me to buy Chanel over, I don't know, Dior also has makeup, or you have even specialized makeup brands like Charlotte Tilbury or Anastasia Beverly Hills, Huda Beauty. So many brands which are specialized into makeup and which will do products of great quality, and so. For me, there is no necessarily a point of keeping buying a Chanel makeup. And the glasses, I own a pair of sunglasses, and my glasses that I wear sometimes for computer and so on are also from Chanel. These I will keep buying because, to be honest, they just out. I tried a lot of them when I bought my ones, and they were just the one fitting me the best. And so I don't care where they're from, to be honest. I just tried a lot of brands. I tried half the shop, I think, and there was just the one looking the best for me. The logo is also quite discreet, so I don't mind. Here, yeah, their prices is also again in line with the other brands. So for me here, that may be the only thing I still buy from Chanel, and I would not necessarily go directly in a Chanel shop for buying that. But yeah, so that's a bit, I would say, the overview of the general thing. At the moment, I don't buy from Chanel except from the glasses, but for, let's say, really pragmatic and concrete reasons. It's not purely by choice, it's just they're the one that suit me. But if I would buy from them, I will go for jewelry or boots or shoes in general. That's the thing. I will definitely not go for a bag. No, I will go for so many other ones before. And one of the reasons why I don't buy from Chanel at all at the moment is, okay, first, again, I've been a bit put off by their crazy price increases and decrease of quality. At some point, I feel like they take me for a fool, and it's not necessarily a feeling I like. Even if, again, I understand where they're coming from, but still, I don't know. I'm just not here for it. So that's of course the first thing. When I buy a brand and I wear that brand, I want to be happy to wear that brand. I want to be proud of wearing that brand. And if I feel like they took me for a fool, then that's not a good feeling. That makes me want to wear that brand. So, but that's very personal. It's very subjective. It even almost does not make much sense because, again, I understand why they're doing that, but I cannot help the feeling. And another thing very concrete is their overall experience. So, for example, when we went to try the ring, so 2 years ago, so I was trying a ring worth 6,000 gold, diamonds, and so on. I was with my sister. She was considering buying a ring too. And, they just let us there, standing in a corner. They did not offer us anything to drink. They did not even offer us somewhere to sit. We were just there, people walking all around. It was definitely not comfortable. We were not feeling really taken care of. And it was not just us. I mean, we saw, so they had little islands, like this little thing where you have some jewels inside. And they will just put you standing there and trying it. They had several of them. And we saw other clients next. It was exactly the same for them. They were just standing there and also having nothing to drink or anything. So this I was a bit like, okay, that's not really what I'm used to from luxury brands. I was a bit surprised, but okay. Nah, I'm not so happy about it, but well, whatever. And then on top of that, the last time when I considered going to Chanel, my sister wanted to have a look at something. It was, I think, maybe 1 year ago, something like that. There was a queue outside. It was rainy. It was bad weather. There were people waiting outside, queuing to enter. And I'm sorry, that's a no for me. No. You want my money? You want that kind of amount of money? I'm not waiting in the queue outside under the rain. Even without rain, actually. I'm just not queuing outside for giving you thousands of euros. I will go to other shops where I'm going to be better treated, but I'm not going to go to you. And I know they're not the only ones. I know there are other brands. It took me ages before I bought my bag from Louis Vuitton, because Louis Vuitton there is often queue too. And again, I will not queue outside. No. So I ended up buying it one day when I was walking by. Somehow there was no queue. I was like, oh, great. Then I'm going to go. I'm going to buy it. But I'm not going to wait half an hour outside. No. And I get the point that you might have to wait. Definitely at the moment, I feel like whichever luxury shop I go to, there is almost always some waiting time, especially if you go during a weekend, whether it's Cartier or other brands. But the difference is, at least in the case of Cartier and Hermes, where I've had to wait, they do it better. So Cartier, they will let you wait inside, they will offer you somewhere to sit, they will offer you something to drink, and then they let you wait. Okay, it's not optimum, you have to wait, but at least you're inside, you're not outside in the rain or whatever, and you have something to drink. This I can accept. Then Hermes even has a very good system where when you come in, at least in the shop here, you can register actually, you can leave, I think it's a phone number I left, and then you can even go around, just do other things, go shopping, they will not block your time. And then 5-10 minutes before it's your turn, you get a little message, hey, it's gonna be soon, please come back to the boutique if you're still interested. And then yeah, you can come back. And I like it, they like recognize and value the fact that your time has value. And maybe you have other things to do with your time than queuing for 45 minutes. So this I like a lot. And if you wish to wait inside the shop, it's no problem. You can wait inside. You can walk around, have a look at their articles. You can sit somewhere. They will walk around, offer water, coffee, whatever you want to drink. And this for me is nice. So this is for me valuing, respecting your customers. And this for me is extremely important. And that's also, again, a reason why I don't buy from Chanel. For me, it's a lack of quality and service at kind of all levels, where at some point I just cannot stand by it. I just cannot support it. I cannot, no. I'd rather go again to so many other brands where I will be better treated and which will make me feel more respected and valued. Very simple. And again, this is just my opinion, and this is just at the moment. Things evolve, things changes all the time. They might, I know I'm not the only one giving this kind of feedback. Maybe at some point they will take it into consideration and they will change a few things, and then of course I will gladly change my opinion. But at the moment, that's how I stand, and that's the sad truth. Oh, sad. I don't know if it's sad. It's good for my bank account, I guess. Yeah, and that's it, guys. I'm very curious to know what you think. Are you buying from Chanel still? Are you considering it? What have been your experience with the customer service or with going in shops from Chanel? Maybe I'm also unlucky with the shops I went to. I don't know. Just let me know in the comments below, and I will put another video here in case you have not seen it. And if you enjoy this one and you would like to see more, you can of course subscribe to my channel and join us by clicking there. And I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.